All right, so I'm here today with Tim and Troy from HTA Advisory in Melbourne, Australia. And it was 2012, I think, Troy, when we first met you guys.
It was.
I think we met you, was it a seminar or something, or what happened there?
It was the second ever Zero Roadshow, or Zero Con.
Okay,
in Melbourne.
all right. And so, if you remember, I spoke at that event.
Yes.
Yep. And then from there, you joined the coaching program. But what I want to do is to look at, what did this business look like back in 2012 when you first started working with us? What were some of the metrics and what was the sort of behaviours?
Yeah, I think back in 2012 we were relatively young, 5-year business, but very traditional in how we were running it. So we were time-based billing, being rewarded for an efficiency as a business, weren't really focusing on delivering services to clients and more just reactive to servicing needs of clients.
Tim, how big was the business back then in people and revenue?
A bit over probably $1 million. We didn't measure things like average hourly rate, but we had 7 people. We had no client service coordinator. Partners are working long hours and 90% chargeable, all the tools. And when we started with Analytics, we worked out some of our metrics, which were pretty low. So I think we were just over $100 in average hourly rate. For professionals, we were well under $100 across the team. We were struggling to grow, and we were working extremely long hours.
So pretty much a traditional accounting practice. Working long hours. What was the profit? Remember what the profit figure was back then?
Not much.
Not much.
Not enough.
No, never enough.
Enough to pay salaries.
Okay, so we're a 5-year business, not making much money, and then you joined our coaching club program.
Yep.
Where you were in a group of 8 accountants, you plus 7 others, and that started a whole journey. And so 4 or 5 years later, what does the business look like today?
The business has transformed enormously. We've nearly tripled revenue in that 5 years. As recent as a month or 2 ago, we had our first average hourly rate for the month over $350.
Awesome.
We're on target for an average hourly rate for the year of coming up 300, which we're pretty proud of. Partner time is definitely reducing. We're not down at the 30% yet, but we're comfortably below 50% in the delivery. We've definitely got a huge amount more time to focus on business developing. So of that extra capacity that we've brought into our business, we spend a lot more time working out our CRM, bringing new clients in and helping grow the business. We've got a completely new team as well. We've got a CSC, a broader administration team. We've got a point 4 marketing coordinator, which we'd like to move to a full-time. And our headcount has not increased substantially for the additional.
So back when we first met, 7 people doing about $1 million.
Yep.
Now we've got, I think it's 10 or 11 people. 11 and pushing close to $3 million. And our average hourly rate has gone from around 100, low 100s, to, for the year, 300, but for the last month, 350. So as we progress that, it'll be over 350 as well.
Yep.
Right? So that's obviously dropped to the profit bottom line as well. So what sort of profit are we making these days? Like what sort of, back then it wasn't much.
I think, as we were saying before, back 5 years ago, cash flow was really skint. So we had enough to draw salaries, and that was about it. Now we're building some profits, been able to invest back into the business with technology, systems, processes, which has been really awesome. Over that sort of 5-year time frame as well, we've been able to secure our own premises for the business, which has been great. Really been able to expand our service offering in the right way. So we're now taking regular profits. We're pushing towards that $1 million profit for partners' salary now. So,
awesome.
We should get there in the next 6 to 12 months, which will be an awesome achievement for us.
Awesome. That's super cool. And that, those sort of numbers, are life-changing. You're both young with young families. I presume the home life has improved dramatically as well.
Well, definitely, and just even more time. We're more trying to do the things that we enjoy doing as well. So we're really on the tools. We spend most of our time developing the business, doing the higher value work, and we've also been able to invest back into a high-performing team.
Awesome. So what do you put it down to, right? You've done a lot, but what would you say are the top 3 things that you put the implementation down to? Because you've implemented a lot, but what's been the top things?
I think, yeah, the accountability that came from Coaching Club was the biggest thing that we had. So catching up every quarter with our group members, being able to share war stories with them, but also getting up on that board with the red and black pen and having to deal with that, and the wrath that came with it if we missed a target or didn't perform. And really, it wasn't accepting lame ass excuses. And we used to do that to each other and say that near enough was good enough. And bit by bit, we realised it wasn't. We had to implement it and change the business to be successful. So that was, the real catalyst.
Yeah, you can't beat, what we say, turn up, fess up, front up, and report in front of your peers, face to face. Effectively be embarrassed, on the red marker pens or black marker pens, and you implement it.
Absolutely. I would say, other than the accountability, the single most important thing we did was implement.
Yep.
So we were held account every single quarter, but then we set our goals, and we did everything we possibly could between the first session and the next session to implement. And if it didn't work, we then didn't worry about it. We then set ourselves 3 new projects to implement, and we just kept trying different things because not every project works.
No.
And there's a few key things early on that cornerstones of the Panalytics system that I think definitely works, like pricing up front, implementing a new system so that you're not worried about timesheets. There's so many of the key low-hanging fruit projects that you implement up front. You get a little bit of momentum, the team starts to understand and they start to enjoy some of the successes, and then you can really push forward from there.
Well, the results speak for themselves. We've nearly tripled the revenue, we've 8 times the profit, so which is extraordinary. Because and it's certainly that accountability that forced you to do it, but you wanted to do it. And as we look at the future, where's this business going? Like, how big do you want to build it? What are you looking to do?
We're really trying to work that out at the moment, what the next steps are, but we really want to keep going on this journey. We aren't going to rest on our laurels. We're a $25 million business now. We want to see that number improve to $7, $10 million in the future. We want to keep growing the profitability, growing the team, and being really seen as leaders in the industry, helping our clients make sure that they're getting every service they need.
Awesome.
It's going to be one of the main strategies for us.
Well, after listening to your team today, they want to double the revenue in 2 years, right? So,
We've got a good team.
we've got some work to do. That's a good team. Well, congratulations on your success to date. But this is a journey, and certainly you're nowhere near where you want to be by the time of that. And I'm sure as we keep a watchful eye that you'll do more and more and more and more and achieve more and more and more. So just keep doing what you're doing. More of it.
Sounds good. Thanks,
Awesome.
Giddy up.